In the theater of nature, we are taught that dinosaurs were the undisputed masters of the ancient world. We see the modern crocodile as a relic, a primitive creature that simply forgot to go extinct while the rest of the world moved on. We call them living fossils, suggesting they are stagnant, frozen in a prehistoric design that time somehow overlooked. But that label is a lie, a fundamental misunderstanding of one of the most successful lineages to ever walk, swim, or crawl across the earth. Their success isn't about staying the same. It is about a relentless, terrifying mastery of evolution. The story of the Pseudosuchia, the great lineage that includes modern crocodilians and their extinct kin, stretches back over 250 million years. They have seen the rise and fall of the dinosaurs, the splitting of the continents, and the freezing of the poles. They survived not by resisting change, but by embracing it in ways that would make a chameleon look rigid. Before you continue this journey into the depths of deep time, consider subscribing to the channel to join our exploration of the natural world's greatest survivors. Your support allows us to uncover the hidden truths of the wild. In the beginning, during the Triassic period, the ancestors of crocodiles were not the low-slung river dwellers we see today. They were diverse, experimental, and incredibly fast. While the first dinosaurs were small, unassuming creatures scurrying in the shadows, crocodile relatives were the apex predators of the land. They explored every niche imaginable, from armored herbivores to towering bipeds that ran on two legs. They were the original architects of the terrestrial food chain, long before the age of the giants truly began. The most recognizable form we associate with them is the semi-aquatic ambush hunter, a blueprint that seems nearly perfect. Millions of years ago, early pioneers like the phytosaurs already mastered the art of hiding in plain sight. They developed long snouts and eyes positioned on top of their heads, allowing them to remain submerged while tracking prey. This strategy proved so effective that it was refined over and over again through the eras. It was a winning hand in the gamble of life, one that required only minor adjustments to dominate. During the era of the dinosaurs, this blueprint reached terrifying proportions. Giants like Sarcosuchus, often called the super croc, stretched nearly 40 feet long and weighed as much as 8 tons. These were not mere scavengers, they were specialized dinosaur hunters. They patrolled the river systems of ancient Africa and South America, waiting for a thirsty herbivore to make a single mistake. The power of their strike was absolute, a combination of weight, speed, and a bite force that defied calculation. Even after the catastrophic impact that wiped out the non-avian dinosaurs 66 million years ago, the crocodile lineage refused to blink. In the Miocene epoch, roughly 8 million years ago, the colossal Purosaurus took up the mantle in the wetlands of South America. With a skull over 5 feet long, it was a biological tank, capable of crushing the shells of giant turtles and the bones of massive mammals. The message was clear: as long as there is water and something to eat near it, the ambush predator will remain the ultimate king. However, the history of these creatures is not just a story of brute force and muddy rivers. Some lineages chose the path of the specialist, focusing on precision rather than raw power. Slender-snouted species evolved to become lightning-fast fish hunters, utilizing narrow jaws that could snap shut with minimal water resistance. They carved out a life in environments where larger, bulkier predators would have starved. They proved that in the game of survival, being the biggest isn't always as important as being the most efficient. Nature even experimented with truly bizarre forms, like the Stomatosuchus. This massive creature lacked the heavy teeth of its cousins and instead possessed a large, pouch-like lower jaw. Scientists believe it may have been a filter feeder, straining small prey from the water like a prehistoric pelican. It represents a radical departure from the image of the bloodthirsty killer, showing that the crocodile body plan was a canvas for endless biological innovation. This lineage was never trapped in a box. They were the ones who built the box. Perhaps the most surprising chapter of their saga took place in the open ocean. Some crocodile relatives, known as metrorhynchids, abandoned the land and the rivers entirely to conquer the salt water. They underwent a transformation so radical it mirrors the evolution of whales. Their legs turned into hydrofoil-like fins, their heavy armor disappeared to reduce drag, and they developed powerful tail flukes for swimming. They even evolved the ability to give birth to live young at sea, freeing themselves forever from the need to return to the shore. These marine predators hunted in the vast oceans alongside ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs, proving that the crocodile lineage was just as comfortable in the blue abyss as it was in a muddy swamp. They were sleek, fast, and lethal, occupying the role of the ocean's apex predators for millions of years. This was not a move of desperation, but a bold expansion into a new frontier. They didn't just survive the water, they mastered the currents and the tides. While some went to sea, others doubled down on their dominance of the land. The terrestrial predators of the Triassic, often called dragon crocs, were some of the most formidable hunters to ever walk the earth. Groups like the Papasaurids and Loricatons evolved upright stances, moving with a grace and speed we usually associate with predatory dinosaurs. Massive hunters like Sarcosuchus reached lengths of nearly 30 feet, standing tall on powerful legs that allowed them to chase down prey over long distances. These land-dwelling giants were the primary reason dinosaurs took so long to become the dominant life forms on Earth. For tens of millions of years, crocodile relatives held the high ground, keeping the early dinosaurs in check. They were the masters of the plains and the forests, utilizing superior respiratory systems and efficient metabolisms. They were built for the long haul, designed to exert maximum force with minimum energy waste. They were the gold standard of Triassic biology. Even after the dinosaurs took over the world, land-dwelling crocodiles found ways to persist and thrive. After the Great Extinction, a group known as the Sebasids rose to prominence in South America. They were long-legged, fleet-footed predators that filled the void left by the carnivorous dinosaurs. Species like Sarcosuchus were the largest land predators of their time, hunting the massive mammals that were beginning to populate the continent. They were a reminder that the crocodile blueprint could still outcompete mammals on their own turf. The versatility of the Pseudosuchia didn't stop at meat eating. In a stunning display of evolutionary flexibility, some branches of the family tree became herbivores. The Dinosaurs were the cows of the Triassic, covered in heavy, plate-like armor for protection against their carnivorous cousins. They had small, leaf-shaped teeth and pig-like snouts for rooting through vegetation. They looked and lived remarkably like the ankylosaurs that would appear millions of years later, proving that crocodiles had already solved the problem of herbivory long before. Other species became small, agile omnivores, filling roles similar to modern lizards or even small mammals. They developed complex teeth capable of chewing, a trait we often think is unique to mammals. These small specialists lived in the undergrowth, eating insects, fruit, and small vertebrates. They were the biological Swiss Army knives of their ecosystems, capable of eating almost anything to survive. This diversity is the true secret behind their longevity. They were never just one thing. The secret to this incredible endurance lies deep within their physiology. Crocodiles possess a four-chambered heart that is more sophisticated than our own, allowing them to bypass their lungs and redirect blood flow during long dives. Their metabolism is a masterpiece of efficiency, allowing them to go months without a single meal. They are not strictly cold-blooded in the traditional sense. They possess a flexible thermal strategy that lets them thrive in a wide range of climates and conditions. Their skin is another marvel of natural engineering. The bony plates known as osteoderms provide more than just physical protection. They act as solar panels to absorb heat and as chemical buffers to regulate the acidity of their blood during intense physical exertion. This allows them to sustain bursts of incredible power without their muscles locking up. Their bodies are built for resilience, designed to endure the harshest environments the planet can throw at them. Beyond their physical toughness, we are discovering that crocodiles are far more intelligent than we ever imagined. They possess a strong spatial memory, allowing them to navigate vast distances and return to specific locations year after year. They have been observed using tools, such as balancing sticks on their snouts to lure birds looking for nesting material. This level of cognitive sophistication challenges our perception of them as simple, instinct-driven killers. They are calculating, observant, and capable of learning from their environment.
The world around them transformed beyond recognition, while they remain constant.
Socially, they are surprisingly complex. They communicate through a series of bellows, hisses, and subaudible vibrations that can travel through water for miles. They exhibit cooperative hunting strategies, working together to herd fish or take down large prey. Perhaps most touching is their parental care. Unlike most reptiles, crocodile mothers are fiercely protective, guarding their nests and carrying their hatchlings to the water in their jaws. They remain with their young for months, teaching them the skills they need to survive in a dangerous world. Their biological toolkit also includes an immune system that is nothing short of a miracle. Crocodiles live in environments teeming with bacteria and pathogens, yet they rarely suffer from infections. Their blood contains powerful antimicrobial peptides that can neutralize viruses and bacteria that would be lethal to humans. They are resistant to many forms of cancer and show very few signs of aging as they grow older. They are biological powerhouses, optimized for longevity and survival in the face of constant biological threats. In the modern world, the crocodilians we see today represent the perfected version of the ambush predator. They have the highest bite force ever recorded in a living animal, capable of snapping bone like dry twigs. Their death roll is a terrifyingly efficient method of subduing prey, utilizing their entire body weight to tear and disorient. They are patient, capable of waiting for days in total stillness for the perfect moment to strike. They are the ultimate embodiment of power, patience, and efficiency. For over 230 million years, the Pseudosuchia have been a constant presence on this planet. They have seen the world change from a single supercontinent to the map we recognize today. They have survived fire, ice, and the impact of asteroids. They have been kings of the land, masters of the sea, and ghosts in the water. They have taught us that being a living fossil is not about being stuck in the past. It is about finding a way to remain relevant in every possible future. As we look at the modern crocodile, we shouldn't see a primitive relic. We should see a survivor that has outlasted everything that ever tried to replace it. They remind us that true strength is not found in sheer force alone, but in the ability to adapt to a changing world. They have explored every diet, every environment, and every lifestyle, and yet they remain here unchanged in spirit. Evolution has taught us many things, but perhaps the most important lesson is this: never bet against a crocodile. Thank you for joining us on this journey through deep time and the incredible history of the Pseudosuchia. If you found this story compelling and want to explore more of the mysteries of the natural world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have many more stories to tell, from the depths of the oceans to the heights of the ancient plains. Join our community of explorers and never miss a moment of the incredible saga of life on Earth. Until next time.